Hello everyone. So in this video I want to take a look at virtual memory. So let's have a look at what Cambridge says they want you to know about virtual memory. So first of all, they want you to be able to describe what is meant by virtual memory, and then they want you to be able to tell them why it is necessary and basically how it is used. So let's have a look at the why first. I think it's easier to explain that way. So why do we use virtual memory? To put really simply, it's when you have more programs than you do, or the memory the programs take up is more than the RAM you have available. Okay, so if you have more programs or programs that add up to the size that is bigger than your RAM, you need virtual memory. So an example of this might be if you have 8 gigabytes of RAM. Let's change my pen. And maybe you have 8.5 gigabytes of programs. You will need virtual memory. Okay, because you don't have enough space to fit them all in. Alright, so basically virtual memory is a way that your computer can run programs that are bigger than the actual memory you have. Okay then, so let's have a look at how it works. So the first thing I want to talk about is the fact it's all controlled by your operating system. So it's controlled by your operating system. The part of your operating system that is controlling this is your memory manager. Okay, so it's controlled by your OS, whether that's Windows, Mac, Linux, doesn't matter. And the part of it that is controlling it is the memory manager. So let's have a look at how it works. So I've got an example here, and in this example I have, change my pen a bit, I have some RAM, I have a program waiting to be loaded into RAM, I have my hard drive, and we're all good to go, and my computer's running at the moment. It's running this stuff inside of the RAM. So, but what happens if, actually I should say, the colours inside of the RAM here, these are all representative of programs. So in a real life scenario, they wouldn't be next to each other inside the RAM. They'd be scattered around in different addresses, but it's easier for me to move things if I keep them together like this. So everything's running fine, and you'll see that I do have some space inside my RAM there. Now, what if though I decide I want to open up this program here and place it into my RAM? This is when we have an issue, because you can see there's not enough space, so that cannot be done. So what your memory manager, your operating system's memory manager will do is it will set aside a piece of hard drive and program it or configure it to be virtual memory. So that means that what this essentially means is that programs that you're not currently using can be placed in here, waiting ready to be loaded back up into your RAM when they're needed. So I want to load up this program. It won't fit in. So what my memory manager will do is it will take this program or any program that's not really currently being used, and it will, let me grab it, and it will put it into the virtual memory. So now I have space for this program. But then let's say I want to use this program again. It will try and put it in. I don't have enough space, so it will take out a program that's not being used at the moment and put it into my virtual memory so I can put my program in here, like so. And it can keep swapping things around as much as I needed to allow me to have enough space in my RAM to run the programs I need. Okay. Now the biggest issue that you will come across because of this is that your hard drive, is slower. it's much slower than RAM. Yeah, RAM is fast. We know this from class. It's fast. All right, so the first thing will happen is that you will notice your machine stops running as fast. Okay, which takes me to the positives and the negatives. So there's not really any positives to this. It's more of a necessity because you don't have enough memory for what you want to do. But what it does allow you to do, because it does have a reason for doing what it's doing, it allows you to keep using the machine that you're using as you were using it. Okay, so we can keep using the computer as we were, or as we are using it at the moment. But there are negatives to it. Number one, we've mentioned, it's slower. Your computer will work slower. Number two, it can make your computer overheat. I'm saying it can make your computer overheat. If you're just using it a little bit, it won't make your computer overheat. Now, it can, and I say again, can result in your computer shutting down. So if you constantly keep doing this, if you constantly keep swapping things out of your hard drive and your memory all the time, and you keep opening new programs and keep doing it more and more and more, this make all of these instructions have to be ran through your CPU. No, sorry, I should use my arrow. They all have to be ran by your CPU. Now that means your CPU has to run all of the instructions for each program, like it always does, and all of the instructions to make your virtual memory work, which leads up to lots and lots more instructions, which makes your CPU work really, really hard. When your CPU works hard, it gets hot. Your fan will kick in. You will start to hear your fan. You might even feel your fan. You will feel your machine getting hot. And if you keep doing it, your CPU will get too hot for your fan to cool down, and it will just say, I've had enough, I need to stop and cool down, and it will shut off. Okay, so if you keep doing it, you could result in your machine shutting off to cool down for a few minutes. All right, so that is virtual memory in a nutshell. If you want to read more detail about it, have a look at the class PowerPoint. If you have more questions about it, you can ask me. Just come to my room and find me. Remember, there is more information and more details on this and other topics at ctcs.online. You should all be using this to revise for your exams. All right? And that is it for this one, and I will see you in the next one.